Excuse me, madam, would you like some flowers?
No, thank you. I don't have anywhere to put them, and...
I said have the flowers!
This is not how you meet new people!
Ladies, gentlemen, and tarnished of all ages, welcome one and all to your one-stop shop for weapons in Elden Ring. There are loads of them in this game, and most of them are noteworthy for one reason or another, but more than any Soulsborne game in the past, there are so many different playstyle options that result just from the weapons themselves. From the weapon skills being interchangeable to some of them having very powerful unique skills, to a surprising amount of the weapons in the game that even change up the base moveset for their weapon category. I've been doing my best to showcase each and every one of these for you so that you can find them for yourself and truly find the one weapon in this game that most matches the way that you would like to play it. And so today, I bring you one more set of 6 weapons you really don't want to miss in Elden Ring. Without further ado, starting off the day with the Knox Flowing Sword. This curved sword has a very accentuated edge on it, quite thin looking. It is actually very cool when you press the weapon skill and watch it change form, but sadly that doesn't affect the base moveset of this weapon. The skill itself does however turn the weapon into its more flowing form, allowing you to swing it once in front of you as a malleable sharp implement at range almost like a whip. To use one effectively you need 8 strength and 15 dexterity, and then to acquire this one for yourself you'll need to go to the Caelid region, specifically the town of Celia. There are torches on the roofs of this city that you need to light, find all 4 of them, and then go to the northwest end of the city to find an archway with a now revealed boss fog wall. Defeat what is inside and receive the Knox Flowing Sword, all for your lonesome. Secondly is going to be Veras Bouquet, the Hammer Rapier. Yes, this weapon is weird. It is totally funky and it is awesome. It is a hammer made of roses that swings like a hammer, and the skill that is locked on the weapon is Blood Tax, which is available for other weapons in the game, but feels a lot more fitting here than anywhere else, as you thrust forward with the thorns of the rose multiple times, inflicting blood loss and stealing their HP. To use it properly, you need 8 strength, 16 dexterity, and 24 arcane. To get this one in your own inventory, you have to do a bit of a quest line. When you first walk out into the open world in Elden Ring, at the first step site of Grace, there is a man named Varre sitting there beside it. If you didn't talk to him, then he leaves a message on the floor instead, so you can initiate this later. Either way, he next moves to the Rose Church in the Liurnia region. Meet him here and talk for a bit, and he'll ask you to invade some people and give you some fingers. Do 3 invasions, regardless of their outcome, and then return to him. He'll ask you how you're feeling and then offer you a token, with the advice to not use it yet. Ignore his advice entirely and use the token immediately to be brought to a whole new area. Progress up the stairs until you reach a bit of a cave, and at the end of the cave is a site of grace. Beside the site of grace should be a duelist invasion symbol from White Mask Varre himself. Accept it and defeat him. Then go rest at the site of grace to find him dying next to you. Your fault, of course. Upon death, you can cut off his fingers, I guess if you really want to, and you also get his bouquet as a weapon for yourself. Third up today is the Ansper Rapier, a weapon arguably most notable because it applies Scarlet Rot as a base status, and also is able to be infused with Ashes of War, meaning that you can apply multiple statuses to the one weapon through a touch of creativity. To use the thing effectively, you will need yourself 10 strength and 20 dexterity. To acquire it for yourself, head to the shaded castle area to the north of the Altus Plateau, and then if you go along the outer edge to the west of the poisonous moat of the castle, you'll find a gentleman by the name of Malay Murray. Dispose of his life force, and then you'll get his clothes and his weapon. Essentially, you just walked up outside this dude's house, beat him up, and took every single thing that he had on his person. We're the good guys, right? Fourth then is going to be the Stormhawk Axe. This war axe functions exactly as you'd expect it to with its regular movements, but its unique skill has quite the effect on it. Called Thunderstorm, you swing your axe in front of you 3 times, gusting up a big swirl of thunderclad wind, after which your weapon is imbued with lightning for a short period of time, which of course looks just as good as you might expect. To use it properly, you need 19 strength and 10 dexterity. To get this one, you'll want to head to the Lanedell capital city, over to the West Rampart site of Grace, then jump out of the window and then down to the ground, head forwards into the large building and immediately take a right. Follow this corridor until there is an opening on the left. Past the abductor enemy against a wall on the left waiting for you lays the Stormhawk Axe. If you are already at this point in the story of the game where this area is inaccessible, you can actually still get one of these axes as it shows up again later, specifically in the mountaintop of the giants all the way north at Castle Sol. From the main gate, take a left in and follow along the left side until you reach an open door. Go inside the door and then up the ladder inside. Then follow the path, careful of the knights with ballistas until you reach the building in the middle. Once safe, jump off of the northeast side onto a bit of wooden overhang on which is a corpse holding a second Stormhawk Axe. Fifthly, we have the Knox flowing hammer. This one is pretty cool, but simultaneously just a touch disappointing. Only because I was hoping that this thing would be floppy all the time. Like, the whole theme of this hammer is the way that it flows and it moves and has physics, but sadly it only applies to the weapon skill and not the general swings themselves. That said, the skill is still absolutely badass. You swing it in front of you like a whip before slamming it down at long range for a powerful downward punch of damage. To use this one effectively, you'll need to have 17 strength and 7 dexterity. To acquire this one for yourself, you'll first need to access Knockron the Eternal City, which is done through the Ranni quest line. If you want more information on exactly how to do that, then please follow our Darkmoon Greatsword video linked in the description. But once in Knockron, go to the Knight's Sacred Ground, Site of Grace, and then take a right up the stairs into the big open building. In the back right of the ground floor is a ladder, take it up and then take a left and then a right out of the third window to land on the roof of the building. Circle back in through the window on the right to find an overhang with a corpse holding the Knox flowing hammer. And finally then today will be the Envoy Greathorn, and oh man, this horn really is great. I've shown off the mini version of this thing in a weapon collection before, but that isn't where it stops. No, there are 3 versions of this horn in the game. That's right, 3. The small one was okay, but funny. The big one, well, the big one is actually pretty good. And still funny. The multiple bubbles that coalesce into a singular absolute unit of a bubble, traveling a short distance before bursting in an area of effect. It also explodes on contact with anything that it touches. To use this properly, you must have 28 strength, 12 dexterity, and 24 faith. To acquire it for yourself, you'll need to reach the Haligtree region of the game, which is done by reaching Ordina, liturgical town in the consecrated snowfields area. You then proceed to the Everjail at the top of the city in the back left, and then activating all of the beacons on the rooftops in the town. Once you are in the Haligtree region, your goal is to farm one singular enemy, the massive, gigantic, giga-thick Chad Bubble Boys. The snowmen are about to become no men once you remove them from existence, and you'll probably be removing a fair few of them, as that is where the random drop chance for this weapon is. The easiest way to farm it, not that there is a way that is overly easy, is from the first Site of Grace in the area, head forwards past the 3 little bubble boys, then take a right and walk past the medium bubble boy, drop down onto the thick branches below, and then run up the south side to see one of them perched at the end. You can either just refresh after killing this one and do it on repeat, or you can then go to the north end of the same branch slowly and carefully to find another one of them. And then once you kill him, there is a third one of them a bit further up the right along the same branch. Kill enough of them and you will get this drop for yourself. If you want, you can also have a go at the other sizes of bubble boys, as they each drop their own variety of the trumpet weapon. And that just about does it, everyone. I've been Cotton Dinosaur from RageGamingVideos, and this has been another set of 6 weapons you really don't want to miss in Elden Ring. Have any of these blown your mind? Or at least your bubble? Or do you think that there are even more mind-blowing weapons out there than the ones that we've shown so far? Like if you like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, stay sweet.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.